Hello everybody, welcome back to another crappy Minecraft video. Today, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, so I guess I'll just kind of show you guys around a little bit. I did do a little offline mining, off-camera mining, and by that I mean I built out this path a little bit and kind of spruced it up with the small little wall to block this off because it was too small to put a actual building here, and I kind of added some rocks, trees, and all that stuff. This is the Honey Guild. If you didn't see it last time, sorry, the Honey Bee Guild. If you didn't see it last time, I made a little bit of progress here. Honey Masters should be here somewhere. Where's Joe? Oh, there he is. This is Joe. Yeah, he lives here. Anyway, that's the wrong door. Anyway, that's the progress I made here. So yeah, just kind of mindlessly built that path. Figured I didn't really need to show you guys all that. And then also, because I'm a silly goose and figured I wouldn't actually work that much on it, I kind of fleshed this out. If you watched 2 videos ago, I decided I was going to make this kind of like a little chapel attached to the orchard, because the priest would need to have his own area, or they would need to have their own little area to pray and do whatever, you know, living quarters. So this is a work in progress. The idea was basically just to make it a small church. So yeah, this is what it looks like. The religion here revolves around the golden apple. It is what it is. So yeah, I love the shader with the stained glass. That's really cool. Maybe what I will do is I'm gonna start today's video off with texturing that and then figure out what the heck I want to do. There we go. All textured up and looking pretty snazzy, if you ask me. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do on that guy today. So now I've got a little church complex, which is coming along pretty nicely. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some kind of Christmas theme build. I really want to do like a snowy village or some kind of Christmas tree, because it is December and Christmas time is kind of everywhere. They're playing all the Christmas music at work, and I'm hearing Christmas music and I'm seeing all the Christmas stuff, so get me in the mood, you know? I don't really have anywhere around here that would work for that, so I mean, maybe I could add it up in this mountain over here, but that's gonna take a lot of work to get that all prepped and ready to build something up there. So maybe that will be something I do in the near future. Might be kind of cool though, have like a little valley kind of nestled in here and have a little Christmas village maybe. If that's something you guys would be interested in seeing, let me know. If not, I'm not gonna waste all that time on that. If you want me to continue just building on this main city over here, you can definitely do that. Wow, look at that skyline. It's coming together really well. I love the cathedral over there. I feel like I need another big landmark. Damn, this shader's really cool. I think this is the Continuum reimagined. I lied. This is complementary reimagined. This one's really neat. It's really like the haze that it kind of adds. Maybe what I can do is I can work on infrastructure over here, kind of get this road to wrap around, and then maybe I can lay out and plan the extension over here and make this not look like it's wilderness, and kind of weave that big cathedral into the build. I'm trying to think of what I could do near a church. Okay, so just some quick searching. Something that would be around a cathedral in a real medieval city is something called a cathedral close, I believe, which is basically the offices of the diocese and the bishops and all the, you know, big church people. So maybe I've already got it started here. Basically, I could extend this way and kind of merge all of that with the city. Maybe instead of having like the public road go around this way, what I could do is I could maybe add some kind of gate here, or make this a little courtyard, and then have their buildings overlooking the water. That would be kind of nice. I mean, I'd love to have a house overlooking the ocean, you know? Let me kind of make this a usable area really quick. So, doing a little bit more research on this Cathedral Close, and these are like almost college campus sized buildings, like structure cluster things, which is crazy. I've never heard of these before, seen these, and it's extra crazy because I went to a Catholic school for most of my life, so you know, I think I would have known about it or heard about it, but you know, you live and you learn something new every day. So sharing that with you guys, I guess. I'll put some pictures of what I'm looking at up on the screen, so you guys can kind of see what my idea is. It's not gonna be, I'm not gonna get to all of it today. I think it's gonna take me a couple of hours to do, so maybe I kind of just lay the outline down and maybe work on a couple buildings. But my thought here is basically a gate here, a building here, and then like these kind of nicer apartment manor houses, offices, kind of stretching this way, and then kind of closing off here, maybe diagonally, or even just extending that out to here and making that a gate. And then I'll have the public road coming along the edge here underneath. So I'll have those elevated on a different plane, so the public road goes underneath of it and people can still get around the coast without going through the campus. That's the idea. I think it'll be really cool. It's gonna take me a minute though, so it's gonna keep grinding away, clearing this area out. I think I like that height because a little bit of height variation is good, so I'm gonna fill all this guy in here and then turn that all into grass, and that's where I'm at now. So for those of you who are like me and choose to be dumb and not use World Edit or anything, who do kind of bigger terrain projects like this, the way I like to clear all this grass out, because like you can place blocks on it, but if there's a flower in the way or something, it gets really annoying really fast. Just, you know, really quick area clear. Really quick area clear. So yeah. Just a little tip that I use. You know, somebody didn't think of that. There you go. That one's for free. Next one is also gonna be for free because I'm cheap. Like that. Anyway, back to it. That's probably a good enough space for this. Can't get too crazy. Next is gonna be laying out the outlines of what I want to do, so I kind of have a scope of work here. I think here, instead of doing, no, you know what? I'm not gonna build diagonally. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a house here, or a building here. So let's lay out. It'll connect to the cathedral, or to the chapel here. So make sure I have a middle block, and then this is where I'll start the building. So I think what I'll do is I'll have the road split here, because I want to have the road come around this way, and then I'll have one road go up this way into the close, and then I'll have one road go down this way and follow that path around. And maybe I could have a little road kind of following along the river here and kind of make some river village vibes going on throughout this. That might be neat too. That's a future project. Again, I just like to lay out the outline of buildings like this, so I make sure it's all measured out properly and kind of gives me an idea, but I don't have to put too much effort into it. So it's also easier to break down if it's separated like that. So we'll do one building there. We'll do another bigger building here. The reason I don't want to get the buildings to get too large is because the roofs get really tall. Like, the wider and longer the building is, the roofs have to get taller to compensate for that. So, nice and thin. Or you could segment your roofs to make them look not so tall, but that's a little bit more difficult to keep in the style. So, that's why I'm kind of trying to be mindful of how large these buildings are going to be. Alright, so 2 things. First thing, I'm silly goose. It's not close, it's a close, as in enclosed, because it would be gated, and when something was going on in the city, like a siege or some other kind of quote unquote disturbance, they could enclose the space. So, oops. Yeah, and then also another fun fact I just learned: the close around the cathedrals would be its own separate jurisdiction from the city itself, which I kind of knew that the religious figureheads in medieval times had their own, little, basically governors of their little areas, but I didn't realize they had like a sectioned off campus within a city, at least in Britain. I mean, I guess kind of makes sense with the Vatican is kind of like that, but these are obviously micro compared to the Vatican. But yeah, so pretty cool. Basically, it would be the church's property and completely separate. I think this building here is going to be a little office, or maybe it could be like a storage room or a dressing room or something for the priests to get ready for mass, and bishops, because like the entrance is going to be right there into the cathedral, so that would be a good side entrance for them. Yeah, and then this could be a residence of some sort, and then we'll do some offices kind of along here, and those don't have to be as large. And then on the other side we'll do another like gate connected to a building. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. Okay, so this is the rough draft of what I'm thinking. So here I have a gate. This is gonna be a little getting ready area, possibly connected to this building, which could be the bishop's house. These are gonna be offices and or sleeping quarters, so maybe like some of the lesser priests, deacons, and whatever else. I'm super rusty on my religious figureheads. That could be where they live, assistants and whatnot, people that upkeep. This could be like a guest house, or just another residence for somebody, but like somebody important, because it's gonna be a lot bigger. And then this is gonna be something else, another building. So obviously I have this very figured out. You can tell. Yeah, I'm trying to think of whether or not I want to keep these stylistically different from the rest of the build or not. I don't think I'm gonna make them too different. Maybe I keep them stone, or give them a different colored roof. Maybe I keep with that black stone roof. That might be kind of cool. That way it'd be distinct from the rest of the city. Yeah, this is gonna be a big project. So I think what I'm gonna attempt to do today is work on some of it, and then maybe finish it up later. Maybe I'll do how it connects into the city. So I'll do this road here and this gate and a gate there. So I'll do this gate, these 2 gates, and maybe the connecting buildings, and then start to weave them into the city. And that should be a good start, I think, to this. Yeah, this cathedral build is gonna be a lot bigger than I thought it was. But to be fair, cathedrals are really important. Does this mean there's Catholicism in Minecraft? I don't know. Maybe something similar involving golden apples, or Okay, I'm gonna get building. I think I'm gonna flesh out this building and this building. I decided to start working on the gate first because it's my projects when they can. One thing I'm trying to keep in mind is that these cathedrals and like religious institutions would have a lot of money and wealth amassed and kind of just within their compounds and walls. But you know, obviously the priests and the bishops and the deacons weren't going to be fighting, so they'd probably need a pretty beefy gate in case there is something going on in the city. You know, the Vikings kind of learned really quickly that they could just go and take whatever they wanted from these guys. So I'm trying to do kind of a beefy gate, if that makes sense. But I don't want it to be too stout, I guess. So that's my challenge currently. I don't like this pointed idea. It's more angled, and then maybe I could do a upper floor that kind of mimics that. Hang on, let me cook. I don't know how I feel about that roof on that gate. Well, especially if it's not. It's kind of the shape I was thinking. I was kind of thinking of something a little angular, but I think I want this to be more round, is what it is. Okay. Wait. That's way too big, right? That's not too bad, actually. I mean, it's a big gate, but it's gonna be a big compound. I'm gonna stick with that for now, I think, and then we'll keep building around it, and if it needs to change, it needs to change. I mean, that doesn't look that bad. It's kind of looking like a barn, but some trim and some windows can fix that. And nobody's gonna be walking on this part of the cathedral anyway, so as long as it's not like blocking the window, probably gonna be okay. It's honestly not too bad. It's I think I can make this work. Definitely gonna need to add some windows though. That's important. Okay, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. Let me toss in some granite too. I think I found a color scheme I like. This is looking pretty good, I think. The dark roof with the red and the mix of the blocks kind of adds that texture that I was looking for, so kind of liking it. I think the whole compound looking like this is going to be pretty neat, and it's going to set itself apart from the rest of the city for sure. Damn. I mean, I just love that skyline. It's so cool. Next thing on the agenda is finishing up this building's facade. This is going to be a 2-story building, probably houses, guest house, whatever. And then I'm going to continue on to the other offices over there. So, just found a small snag in my design here. My floors are really short, meaning this first one, that's going to be where the ceiling is, which is fine. There's plenty of room to walk. It's going to be a little tight. Second floor is going to be there because of the way I have this set up. So second floor is going to be really short, and then third floor can be pretty roomy. Realistically, it can be to there. So maybe the way I set this up is third floor is going to be like kind of the social space, or maybe any like the bigger rooms that I would need more space for, bedrooms or studies, and then the individual like in between space is going to be pretty small dwellings and stuff, or offices. So that's just the design that I kind of stuck myself with, I guess. That just means that windows are all going to be a little bit smaller than I was thinking originally. Alright, you guys, so I decided I did not like the way the roof was curving, so I swapped it. So now this side also has a face, and I like that a lot better. It's starting to come together. I think that might be it for the outside for this guy. Yeah, it's just different, and I think that's why I'm struggling to see the vision, I guess, because it's completely different colors and style from what I've been doing otherwise. But once it's all together, I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna look good. I'm gonna keep going with this style and give it a shot. And you know what? One of the perks of being in creative mode is if I don't like it, I can just rip it all down and restart. When I'm adding chimneys, I try my best to kind of visualize what the inside's gonna be, so I don't just put a chimney randomly. I like to have them kind of make sense. The way I'm doing these chimneys, I'm just doing the red bricks and the mudstone bricks for my little campfire, and we'll do some brick walls for my chimney toppers to taper them down a little bit. So something like this should look pretty okay. Yeah, just like that. Do you guys ever struggle to find music that works for you when you're building? Because I'm struggling right now to find music that I want to listen to. Normally I listen to like lo-fi or something like that, kind of instrumental. But yeah, just haven't been feeling it. And it's just, music is one of those things that really helps me kind of focus and get to that like flow state. So, you know, kind of killing my flow a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. If you've watched the last couple of my videos on this, you'll notice the music's changed too. I'm trying to find a genre that I like, so maybe if any of you guys have a genre of music or some songs that you would recommend, that I could maybe use for videos or just kind of listen to as background music, you know, feel free to leave that below in the comments. I'm not gonna hang out. No bad ideas. I take that back. There are bad ideas, but I won't judge. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. All right, back to building up this close. So I just had this idea while I'm kind of building this gate over here. What if this particular sect of whatever religion this is, maybe they have an armed or, you know, a paramilitary kind of group, Garrison, that basically like something like zealots, you know, that would be tasked with protecting the religious officials and stuff and the people that lived here. Maybe so it's not like a conflict of interest, like there's two different militaries kind of in the same town. Maybe the king or the lord would appoint a retinue of like honor guards that would come over and kind of live at the cathedral on the grounds and defend against any kind of like sea raids or anything. Since I'm looking at where I have this stuff placed out, and it's basically right on the sea, right? Any kind of like sea raiders or attack from the sea, this place would be pretty vulnerable. And if most of your military is coming from the castle and or maybe the armory barracks over there of the town watch, you know, that's gonna take a long time to get here, especially if they're just gonna float up on that river. So yeah, maybe this building here that I'm working on can be like a gatehouse slash barracks for the honor guard or the religious zealots that kind of defend, kind of like the Swiss Guard for the Vatican, like a neutral, non-politically charged force. Yeah, I think that might be kind of a cool little addition. So this building here that I'm standing on is going to be a military building, basically, little gatehouse. All right, you guys. I I think I probably am not going to get as much done as I wanted to in this video because I just got super sidetracked. So I kind of ran with this idea with the zealots defending the cathedral and the close. And this is a little barracks. So I changed the way this is going to come down. It's going to come down to the left like so. So the main pathway is going to go that way into the yard and then connect to the rest of the buildings. And then down here is where you have their little entrance for the barracks. It's just kind of off to the side, and I kind of went off in here, I think. So yeah, we got their armor. Of course, they're going to be dressed up in the best stuff because they're honor guards and, you know, hand chosen by the Lord or the King. Little map table for the commander to, you know, organize the troops and keep a good like lay of the land. These windows kind of look out over the river, so if somebody's coming, they can kind of see. Little workstation for sharpening weapons or messing with tools. Little fire for cooking, heating up whatever. Some weapons hanging on the walls. Yeah, this little spot here is a good little defensive spot. So here, out of this window or out of this arrow slit, they can rain arrows down on the river if somebody's disembarking. Here they can see anybody that's going to be coming on this main road, and then here anybody that's stuck at the gate is also kind of in that line of sight. And then these two arrow slits here up on the kind of like crossbowman archer position also looks at this side of the gate, so as people are coming out of the gate into the main, they have a tab on them there. Yeah, I kind of like how this came out. They have nowhere to sleep, but I think because I'm adding a door here that's gonna enter into this building, maybe the bottom floor of this will be their actual like sleeping quarters. And then obviously there'll be a door here as well to come out. Didn't want to have it so there's only one way in and out of this, but I kind of really like this little barracks. It's nice and compact. And I think once I build up the land around it a little bit, it'll be nice and defensive. So I think that's probably all the time I have today, unfortunately. Been recording for a couple hours, which means this video is going to be a long one. I'm trying to keep them around 20 minutes or less for you guys because I know it's kind of a lot. But yeah, if you want to see more of this or like part 2 to this build, if you want to see me finish this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to finish the rest of this on recording, but if not, I can move on to something else. Let me know. So my options right now is I'm thinking of doing the winter village or winter outpost up in the mountains, or finishing this guy off and making sure he's this section of the city is all nice and furnished. Really like how much I've expanded out this way. It's really cool to see how far I've come from where I started. So yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and see you next time. Peace.